What's up, everybody? Primetime CP23 here, bringing you count 'em two, movie reviews today. Over the weekend, I saw both Sausage Party and Bad Moms. Neither one of them were great movies, but I'm going to use this short little introduction for both videos, and then I will be creating separate videos and just attaching this little intro on top of the separate videos so that we only have to go through this little intro once. So make sure you check out both reviews. I'm going to be posting the first review, the review for Bad Moms, on Tuesday morning, and I'll post the review for Sausage Party on Wednesday morning. So make sure and check both of them out. And make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you very much. Okay, so now we're going to talk about Sausage Party. Sausage Party is not a movie I would recommend to anyone, actually. There are a few fairly amusing moments. The moments that you saw in the previews are pretty much the highlight of the movie. It was about an hour and a half long. It didn't feel like a terribly long movie, but it wasn't something I would recommend to anyone, especially someone with kids, which I know that they spent some time in their marketing campaign for this movie saying, don't bring your kids to this movie. And there are reasons for it. All the way through the movie, there are reasons for it. But specifically, the last 10-15 minutes of the movie should never be shown to a child ever. They should not be shown to most adults either. I think if you and a group of friends were sitting around smoking pot, then it might be amusing. But without giving anything away to the story, at the end of the movie, there is essentially, for lack of a better term, an orgy between the different types of food at the supermarket. You can't make this up. They show the obvious one that's been building since the movie started, which is the hot dog and a bun that they make jokes about countless times throughout the movie, and you kind of expect that there's going to be some kind of inappropriate sex scene, for lack of a better term. And there is. And if it had just been that, it wouldn't have been so bad. But the orgy scene at the end of the movie actively ruined the movie-going experience. I think it was supposed to be funny. It was supposed to just be a big ha 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 ha, this is so funny kind of moment. But it wasn't. It was awkward and frankly uncomfortable. And I joke about some pretty terrible things. Don't get me wrong. I am not trying to come across as some, holier than thou type person who, doesn't have a sense of humor, who doesn't find, sex jokes or fart jokes or whatever funny. That's not what I'm trying to get at. What I'm trying to get at is my girlfriend Ray and I sat through the entire movie and we had some laughs. It was not a terrible movie. I would not call the first hour and 20 minutes a good movie by any stretch of the imagination. It was not. There were a handful of amusing moments, which is pretty much the only reason that we didn't just get up and leave. No, that's an exaggeration. I've actually never gotten up and left in the middle of a movie, especially one that I got into for free, like this one. Shout outs to my aunt who works at AMC. That's how I am able to get access uh, to these movies for free. I have an associate guest pass, which is a beautiful thing. Shout outs to the greatest aunt ever. Um, but that's enough shameless plugs there. Uh, but back to the point at hand. The movie was just bad. The storytelling wasn't great. The animation was good, of course, in this day and age. Um, but it kind of just felt like they were all trying too hard. The writers, Seth Rogen and I think Evan Goldberg is the other guy's name, it's like they were just trying too hard. They wanted to create this movie and they just did it. But I think that they should have thought through a lot of the movie, a lot of the plot, a lot more before releasing it, and I definitely think that they should have toned down this big store-wide orgy at the end of the movie, because that was just uncomfortable. It just wasn't a fun thing to watch. It was dumb. Just for lack of a better term, it just felt like they were trying too hard to be funny. And that's a big problem with me. I love humor. I love laughter. It's my favorite thing in a movie is when something makes you laugh. And this movie just didn't make me laugh hard enough to look past all the negatives around this movie. I would not recommend anyone pay money for this movie. I would say, maybe if you and a friend are extremely bored and have watched just about every other movie that's come out this year, then maybe spend $1.25 at Redbox for this movie, maybe. But I can't imagine recommending this movie to anyone else. Sorry, Seth Rogen. Generally, I'm not your biggest fan, but normally I'm not this rude about the things you create. I just don't have much else good to say about this movie, so I'm just gonna stop saying things about this movie. I kind of wish I had this 2 hours of my life back, and that's a pretty rare thing for me to say about a movie. So, anyway, we're gonna call this the end of the review. Make sure to like and comment on this video. If you disagree with me, that's great. Tell me about it. Let me have it. Tell me I have no sense of humor. I don't care. I would love to read your all's opinions. If you agree with me, if you disagree with me, either way, I'd love to hear it. Just make sure and leave a comment down below, or even just at me on Twitter. I don't know if that's what it's really called, adding someone. But I'm at PrimetimeCP23. And we're going to call it a night. Peace.